Misada Thompson of Mississippi. Tell us your story.
I actually got into Family First Life back in September, and I was going through personal tragedy. So it seemed like a quick fix of, grow my wealth, residual income. That sounded great to me. And so I went full fledged all in. The people that made the money, the company was basically telling me go all in. My situation, the tragedy I had been through would be perfect for the company and that I would be able to, make lots of money. So I did. First time I went in $600 in leave. Now I'm a mother of three. I had just buried my one of my kids cash, so that's why life insurance made sense to me. And I didn't have the money to invest, and I kind of made that pretty sure, clear to them. Like I don't have much money to invest in this, and they were like, just do everything you can. You're gonna get it back. So of course, thinking if I get it back 1 or 2 days, I work hard. Of course, it's worth it. It wasn't worth it at all. I went it the first week I didn't sell a thing. Even though I spent $600, didn't make a dime back. The next time I went, I reworked those leads and then they told me the door knock, didn't sell a thing. Okay. The next leads I bought, instead of being smart and being like, okay, maybe I'll buy less, they were like, buy more. That's what the problem. You're not buying enough leads. So I went all in and maybe spent like $800, $900 close. And I kind of borrowed money to do this. Cause I'm like, this is my check. This all I had to spend on these, but I will borrow some money and spend more on these, cause I'm gonna get it back. Work the leads, and I had this doubt because it's not just the leads I had to buy. It's other things you have to invest in yourself with. So I had bought this dial app, and actually dialed the old leads I bought at first and sold one application, which totaled me to like $50. So I didn't get any percentage of my money back. Luckily, I kind of when I got in debt, there was a wake up call of, I shouldn't be going into debt if it's this easy. I shouldn't have to borrow to get.
How much did you spend total in leads?
When I say 8 and 4, because I went and bought 200 more, so it had to be anywhere. It's about 16, but $1,600 total. This is a mother of three who just paid for funeral stuff.
How much time period was this?
2 months, and it was like that's a lot of money to spend on leaves in 2 months for them not to be
When
worth.
when you initially got convinced that FFL was the way to make money, what were you expecting? What were you told that convinced you to spend this type of money on leads and join their company?
They actually told me even if I sold one, I would make my money back, what I was spending. And they was telling me that I could make $15,000 a week. Of course, that's a fortune, especially where I'm from, small town Mississippi. That's a fortune in itself. Not to mention what I see these higher ups making 50,000 a week, 20,000 a week. It's like it sold me. It's like I can spend this little bit to make that, and I never did get to that point.
What advertisements or YouTube videos or something or emails or SMS messages did you receive to convince you that you were going to make this type of big money? If you
I
can give an
mean,
example.
like my trainer, he's a nice guy, and he basically told me, what you just went through, that story right there, because I had to pay, burying my son, I had to pay cash. So I was adamant, people need insurance. And he's like, that right there is gonna, make you rich. Rich now, come on, not you'll be able to sell a lot of apps, but you're gonna be rich if you do that. And they had me so convinced. I mean, they I've had multiple people just keep trying to say that, don't give up. When I got to the point like, look, I'm not making money. Buy more leads. You gotta buy more. And it's like that makes no sense. I'm not making money, spend more money. And so then I realized, okay, this is a bit of a scam. So maybe I need to start out at least with someone where I don't have to buy my lead. And so I tried first State Farm. State Farm was going to let me work from home. And they kind of was like, you got the job, you got all the credentials. It was like, but what kind of work did you do before Family First like that? It's like, you don't have to call and you release from your carrier. And I was like, okay. And I kind of talked to the guy, Chad, who was over me. And I was like, Chad, I'm not saying I'm done with FFL, but I need some other kind of income. And he was like, well, I talked to me, and they just kind of like went up the line like they were going to help me figure out, like they helped me figure out how to get carriers. They were going to help me get out of it. I never got that call back. The job opportunity passed. Okay, the second time I got a job, this work from home job, it was actually a broker. And they was like, even though we do health insurance, because I thought, okay, I won't do life insurance, I do. So it's like, even though we do health insurance, we use similar carriers, so you're gonna have to get released. I called the actual carrier. They were like, they weren't going to be able to release me. They were going to, send me off to this department. In the end, I couldn't get released. They gave their job away, and I missed great salary pay, real actual income that I'm paying my money at.
Misada, I did look at the class action lawsuit that was filed by Christopher, I believe his name is Wellman.
Yeah.
He specifically mentioned those two issues that he's suing on. I believe you would be the perfect person of the class in the state of Mississippi based exactly what you told me. At least it seems that way.
Yeah, it feels like you hopped in my lap because those were all my issues. I was like, I'm licensed in this, but what can I do with it? You gave me a free license that I can't do anything with. And, it was a lot of time, and you didn't really have to play on my already traumatic experience. I got nothing out the deal. So when I saw that, I was like, I feel like something just dropped in my lap at the sky. I was like, yeah, this is true. He's not lying on him. The leads are bumped, and they're not going to let you go. You're stuck forever, it felt like.
Only 6 months, as far as I know.
Yeah, well, it felt like forever.
Wow, you're making me, at least you're laughing. I want you to be happy going forward. I know Mississippi's a beautiful state. I'm not sure how many agents this happened to in the state of Mississippi. That's between the lawyers and the court and the jury. I'm sure they'll figure that out.
I'm sure they got quite a few people. We're from such a small, our minimum wage is $7.25. So when you promise people like that you're gonna make them, millionaires in this small town, of course they're gonna spend their little whole paycheck to try to get there. It's crazy.
You're making me feel terrible. Oh man, I need a tissue. I need a tissue.
But it's very true. They definitely did that, and I'm sure y'all will have no problem finding a person for each state.
Oh man. It makes me want to be a lawyer if being lawyering was this easy.
It is easy with this kind of company. I mean, they were kind of careless. It was like, okay, oh well, you didn't sell, go about your business, we'll recruit more.
Misada, I did have a conversation with the attorney this afternoon. I'm pretty sure based on the legalities, they need an affidavit from someone like you in every state, but certain people are going to fly out to the trial.
Mm-hmm. I would be glad to. I mean, I spent that much money getting the lease. Why not spend some money on a ticket to make sure that they don't do this to other people like that?
I'll speak to Chris and maybe he could work on that plane ticket.
Okay, no problem. I'll definitely be there. I'll be glad to speak up for us Mississippians. So I had to go back to my original career as far as working as a nursing assistant to get by. That's where I'm at now.
$1,600 less wealthy. According to the class action, from what I read, it seems that they'll get you back at least the $1,600.
That'll be good enough for me. Even though the pain and suffering was terrible, my money back would be great.